Hi, my name is Michael Chadwick, and I'm a licensed real estate salesperson with Bond, New York, and Columbus Circle. I help people buy, sell, and rent real estate. Can a landlord charge late fees on an apartment rental? Absolutely. The important thing is that it's spelled out in writing. Here in New York City, there's a lease when you rent an apartment. So everything should be spelled out. The Real Estate Board of New York has a certain code of ethics and guidelines. Most leases in New York City all look the same, but then there's riders which have specific language unique to that particular management company or that office. But most leases in New York, for example, actually explain that the rent is due by this period of the month, and if you were late by X number of time, then this is the charge. If you're late by this number of time, that's the charge. And if you're consistently late, then the next thing that happens is this. Like everything has to be when you rent an apartment, that everything is verbalized, but in writing, because this is a legal relationship between you and the landlord. So I know there's many apartments out there that are kind of based on a handshake, and there's no lease. It's just kind of month to month. Here in New York City, you have squatters' rights. So if you've lived in an apartment for more than 30 days, then you're automatically are protected by the laws, by the tenant court laws here in New York. And it's very difficult to evict someone here in New York City. Once they're in, they're in. It could be a very long and costly process, which is why the landlords here are so scrupulous with who they let into their apartments, because if you don't pay, it can be very hard and very costly to get you out. So I believe it's definitely within the right of a landlord to charge late fees. It's just not a good thing to not pay your rent on time. But the important thing is that before you enter a relationship with the landlord, that you walk through these hypothetical situations. We all are hit by hard times at some times in our life. Some more than others. So it's just important that you have something in writing that really puts you at ease. That if God forbid the worst happened to you, what are the consequences and how do we go from there?